Hi, today I want to show you Canva's AI tools specifically for coding. If you go to Canva and you sign up for your education account, so you want to sign up at canva.com/education and get verified as a teacher, and then you get access to a free pro account. If you have your pro account, you can go into your home page and click on Canva AI down here on the left. And Canva AI will do all sorts of things for you. You can have it create an activity, an image, a document, a video clip, a presentation, and AI will help generate that for you, and then you can edit it. Today, we're specifically going to look at this coding function. So Canva AI will code HTML code for you that you can embed in other projects. So I'm going to click on the code. It gives you some examples to try, but this is what I'm going to ask it to do. Create a 5-question quiz over the life cycle of a butterfly. If the user incorrectly answers a question, supply an explanation for the correct answer. It is going to take a few minutes for it to design this. My experience is it does a pretty good job, but it's all about the prompt. So if you don't get what you want the first time out, over here on the left where it says ask me anything, you can ask it to make changes and it'll recreate your project. And sometimes we're not specific enough or we don't know to ask for a certain option. For instance, when I just ask it to make a quiz, it just says if it's right or wrong. So I learned that I wanted to add this line: if the user incorrectly answers the question, supply an explanation for the correct answer. As it's thinking about this, I do want to warn you there's no way for a teacher to know if a student has answered questions correctly or not. So this would just be a supplemental review activity for students to go through and self-assess and self-review. So here is an example. What is the first stage in a butterfly's life cycle? Okay, so it's green, so I must have gotten that correct. What do we call the eating and growing stage of a butterfly? I'm going to get that wrong. And so there's what it looks like if I get it wrong. The larval stage is when it does its eating and growing. So if this is something that I like and I want to use it, I have some options. So up here I could do show code. So if you know how to embed code into other applications, you can just copy the code and you can embed it. So Canvas, if you have that learning management system, you can embed code in assignments and activities. And there's other ways that you can embed your code as well. I can use it in a design. So I could put it into a presentation or a document in Canva, and then I can share that with my students. Or I can publish it, and it'll publish it as a website, and I can direct students to that website. So it is a pretty cool tool. I want to give you a couple more examples of ways that you might use it. So I'm just going to back out of here. I'm going to have it create an interactive model of a plant cell. I saw in a NIDA post, I believe, they made an interactive model of a solar system that was pretty cool. And then another thing that I've used this for is to create an interactive bracket for like a double elimination tournament. And then you can use that as well. So this one takes a minute. I have noticed that the graphics are not super realistic. But again, as just a tool to practice identifying, in this case, organelles of a cell and their function as kind of like an alternative to flashcards, this would be useful. And of course, it's taking a while to go through. I'm I'm going to go ahead and start another one. Okay, there we go. So here's my plant cell. So if I click, there's the cell wall, mitochondria, chloroplast. And if I don't like this, that's my endoplasmic reticulum, I could come in here and I could ask it or if I'm missing an organelle, I can ask it to include something else. I will tell you I've done this before and it still stays in this very cartoony look. So it doesn't change a whole lot. But it's thinking about it right now and it's making adjustments. While it does that, I'm going to show you, I'm going to bring over this second one that I've done. This one, create an interactive bracket for 12 teams using double elimination. Allow the user to edit the names of the teams. So we can edit, and then we should be able to select. Oh, it doesn't allow me to. So in the previous version, I will allow the user to select the winning team for each competition. It would allow me to select one that would highlight green, and then it would automatically take that winner to the next bracket. So it is doing that. All right, here's my version 2. Doesn't look a lot different. Sometimes you get a big change. There's version 1, there's version 2. Looks a little better. Okay, if we come back to our brackets. Okay, so team 1, I'm going to say team 4 wins. Team 5 and team 8. Oh, it didn't do it. So I would need to work on this code a little bit, or maybe even just start over to get it to create a bracket where I can just select the team and it'll automatically move on to the next round. So I just wanted to show you that coding function. It's pretty powerful. It can do a lot of things. You just have to be willing to work with that prompting structure to get what you want. So I hope you give it a try and let me know if you come up with anything really innovative.